Hi all, and welcome to another Toonkind at 12 FPS. My name is Candle, and I am the pseudo DM for today. Today I am playing a couple of characters. I am playing Crystal Everlight and the not Cassie. I should probably warn you guys, if you're listening to this, you might want to listen to off-key and probably peculiar to set. If you want context to this, if you don't care, you're just here to listen anyway, well, I hope it makes sense, and I hope you enjoy. Would you guys like to introduce yourselves?
We're in alphabetical order. Whack!
Wacka wacka! And it's surprising seeing as normally I'm low at the bottom with a V, but I am with Whis. So, hi everyone! I'm Vwild, back at it again with Detective Little Lynn Stagehand at your service. What the hell are we walking into today?
And I am Whis. I am playing both Chifley, Forde, and Junior Detective Little Rye Stagehand. Neither of them are going to be having a good day, are they?
Probably not.
Well, Chifley's already had an absolute shocker of a day. Not gonna lie.
Oh, poor Chif.
Okay,
how about we start with Lynn and Rye?
Yeah.
Lynn, how did you find out about all of this?
Well, first I'm going to roll her die for the day. Hey! That's amusing in that she's actually having a good day for once. It means she'll be bringing her A game, but probably finding out through Crystal, just because, yeah, if you've got a detective that you know, probably a good idea to give them a ring. But just, yeah, it's a normal day. They've just been doing normal things. Lynn's probably just, whether it's a morning or an evening, she's probably just coming down from having been to therapy. Just, it's a normal day, and then the phone rings.
Yeah. I do believe Rye answered that.
He did. If I recall correctly, this was sometime in the early afternoon. And Rye did answer the phone. So the way that Lynn found out that something was up would be the cling of the phone being put down, a beat of silence, and then suddenly, Mom!
Okay, I'm coming! Mother pecker! Just sound of her just like probably going away from, like, she was probably upstairs like finishing up cleaning up after lunch. Just, she's there, she's jumping over the banister, she's there. Are you alright?
Rye is still standing near the phone. He has his little portable caseboard notebook out in hand and looks a little distressed.
Okay. Are you alright? Who is it? What's going on? In that order.
I'm fine. That was Miss Crystal on the phone, and no, things are bad. She said that the Cassie that we found isn't actually her. And they've captured her, and they don't know what to do with her.
Okay. Well, it's one of those cases then. Great. Alright, deep breath. Take a moment. Don't fly off the handle. Take a deep breath.
If it's not her, then who was it?
That's what we're going to find out. And just because it's one of the things that, just so people go, Lynn's doing surprisingly well, I rolled Lynn a whiz save on this one to see how she was taking all of that. She got a down 19. This is basically, it's basically in her head. She's just going, okay, different Tuesday, great. Just, okay, deep breath. We don't know, but we're going to find out. Okay, we're going to find out the time range. We're going to sort it all out. And hey, Crystal and whoever she was with have clearly detained the person, so there's a chance to get answers.
Okay. They wanted to, like, lock her up or something, and they didn't know what to do with her, so I said I would ask if we have, like, we don't have our own jail, do we?
No, I am not the judge and lockup person. However, we have Halloween Town and we have other places. I do know holding cells and such that we can take people to legally. It's we make sure to do things by the book. But yeah, let's.
I
And
have
what?
two
Oh,
phone
sorry, you go.
numbers. I have 2 phone numbers. I said I would call them back.
Okay,
He's
okay.
just holding
That's
out his little notebook.
okay. And Lynn is coming over to look. Rye can roll insight if he likes.
Sure, we can do that. Am I looking at the right sheet? Yes, I am. I'm going to roll the right dice. Yes, I am. All right. Yeah, that makes sense. He's a little frazzled. So inside again. The 13.
13. I think it's enough for you to be able to tell your mum was gonna say something else and is very much thinking on something, but she's very much locking it in a box for now. Okay. Yes, okay. I'm presuming, well, as detective, yeah, they'll want us over there. It will be able to figure out the scope of the matter once actually checking out this, well, what other way do you call it? This not Cassie? We'll be able to sort stuff out on that front. Did they say where Crystal was keeping them?
I don't remember. I don't think so.
Okay, that's perfectly fine. Let's take a look at those phone numbers. We'll call them back and get stuff sorted.
And he'll hand over the notebook so that she can look at the phone numbers.
And what are the 2 phone numbers? Like, is it a house and mobile sort of deal, or?
Nope. One is definitely a mobile number.
I think they're both mobile numbers.
All right, 2 cell numbers. Yep.
Okay. Lynn is sitting here just going, we don't even have a base here. Great. Fantastic. This is fine. But she's only doing that in her head. Out loud, she is actually trying to be very cool, especially because Rye's close to, freaking out. She's not going to add to that. Just, okay. I will call. I do not recognize either of these numbers straight off the bat, so I will call the top one. We'll figure it out from there. We'll see where this is all happening and get over there and handle this. Okay? Alright.
So I don't actually remember whose number was first, so do we want to do
Just roll it.
D2?
Roll a D2.
I'm rolling a D2. I'm rolling a D2. I'm rolling.
Who is who?
1 for Crystal, 2 for Chifley.
Sounds good.
Chifley.
It's Chifley! How are you doing, my boy?
Oh, great. If I'm honest. Okay. So you call that number. It rings once. And then it is answered as if the person had the phone in hand at the time. This is Chifley Forde.
Mr. Forde, Detective Little Stagehand here. We just got news of the situation. I'm believing by your phone number being on this that you are at least aware of the situation.
Yes. Yes, I am definitely aware of the situation.
Okay. I'm willing to assist with and take on partially this case. Where exactly has this occurred? So that I can get over there and we can start sorting out the situation.
We are currently in Crystal's apartment.
Right.
Do you need the address?
You will hear in the background Crystal respond to that. They should have my address. That's where they met me last time.
Oh, right. Okay. Crystal says
Yes.
that you should have her address.
Indeed. As a point, are you and Crystal currently safe?
We are in any danger.
I'm sorry, you cut out. We slightly cut out that.
Damn. I even turned the gain of my mic up so I wouldn't have this problem. I'm going to turn it up some more.
I mean, we can
No.
just say that Chifley got really quiet on the end of the
I
phone.
mean, he does.
He-
He does do that. No, was the upshot of all that.
Okay. I am coming over as fast as I can. I will be there shortly. This will be handled. Everything is going to be fine. Hang tight.
We're not going anywhere.
All right. And she hangs up the phone.
Click.
And Rye, I think with your 13, you might notice something that Lynn did during all of that.
Mm-hmm.
I, not we.
Huh?
She used the words I and me, not we. Not us.
Okay. So where are they?
They are currently handling the situation at an apartment. I will head over there immediately. This will need to be resolved. All right. This might lead to interrogation. We'll see how it goes.
Okay. Have you got everything? I've got all of my stuff. So, and he's just looking very pointedly at her.
I will be getting my axe in a moment. They shouldn't take a day. Hattie's out with the sketches, so that's good on that front. Network, you got everything here? All right. And yet, she is very specifically not looking you in the eyes.
She can roll an insight on him if she likes.
Yes, I think she will. That is not great. Not great, I'm not gonna lie. What's your insight again? Ah, that's amusing. Lynn got a 13.
Rye's not trying to be particularly deceitful about it. He has noticed the singular some pronouns, I guess. He has noticed the lack of a plural. He is not going to let that stand, thank you. He's just going to, nope, I'm going.
And she's clocked that. She clocks that because of course she can. Just especially with how intently he's looking. Just and you can actually see for once she's trying not to be deceptive. There is a look, just this edge to her eyes. Just the way her expression is drawing. She is concerned. She just goes, I know that you are fond of Crystal, and that this was a complex case to begin with, right? It might not be as open and shut as our usual ones that we do together.
That much is kind of obvious, Mom.
I know. I worry about you getting into a too high genre at your age. Not that I don't think you're capable, just that I worry, kiddo.
I know. But I started on this case, so I'd like to finish it.
All right. Okay. This part is likely going to be Investigation and interrogation. We'll see where it hits. However, as detective, as licensed being, and the person who oversees everything, the one you are apprenticing under, if down the line after this I put my foot down, you gotta back off, okay? It's what my mentor, what Detective Dulcis, what Almond did for me.
Okay.
Good. It's not a punishment, it's not me doubting you in any way. I hope you know that. It's just letting you have your youth a bit longer. Alright. Then let's go, you and me, eh? Come on.
Okay.
Time's away.
He does brighten up a little bit. He's still a shaken by the everything, obviously, but not being told that he couldn't come definitely did make him perk up a little bit.
And Lynn's given the good stretchy, and yeah, all that was some pops. She's just like, line works good today. Alright, off we go!
If it's at Crystal's apartment, we could take our key, right?
Yes, we could. Alright, to Macabre Manor with the key! And she just walks. And I would roll us a survival to see how we go through town, but Lynn does just straight up go to Kara, I'm on a case. We're on a case. Shit's going down. For once, not related to us. And then just walks.
This is important. We can't stop to play now. Goodbye. Be good.
And Lynn does call one final thing back into network speech right as she's shutting the door. It is a bit more complex speech than normal, right? But then it's just, you guys are hurrying along, you're schmoving, that key is going in, and technically you can go straight into the apartment, but she feels as though that would probably not turn out great with two people who are on edge with everything.
Yeah.
So she's going to open up the door so that they literally step out to the outside of the Crystal's apartment and then just knock on the door. Just.
Yeah, I don't think either Chifley nor Crystal need to make a perception check for that because I'm pretty sure they're looking out for it. But
Yep.
I don't know which one of them wants to open the door.
I
mean, it is
Crystal can.
So yeah, she probably opens it, and there's a bit of a blink, and I will admit that was fast.
We pride ourselves on our punctuality.
Yeah.
Hello, Crystal.
Hi. We gotta stop meeting this way.
Are you okay? Are either of you hurt?
No. A little shaken up, but no. Neither of us are injured.
That's good. That's good. Right.
Lynn and I should probably roll a perception.
Yeah. They should. Oh, now you start rolling good, Lynn. Of course you do. That is, I think that's a 20.
Bounced out of my tray.
Yeah, that's a 23.
$16. That's more than enough. It's damn cold. It is damn cold. Like it's almost like winter cold inside Crystal's apartment, which is odd. You can't get that kind of cold with just regular air conditioning.
Lynn is remembering the snow theme of one of the people that she did talk to before with everything. I think there was even a puff of cold air from Chifley, like back in the last game this all went down, and just Lynn's just going, ah. Oh boy.
I will also add onto that, I mean, it's pretty obvious to see the Cassie, not Cassie, figure tied to a chair, like, near the kitchen table. And when the door opens to let you in, she, there's tears rolling down her face, and is like, please, I don't know why they're doing this. Please help.
Those tears are freezing as they happen, because there is a very unimpressed Frankenelli standing nearby with his arms folded over his chest. And Lynn and Rye would both notice fairly promptly when they lay eyes on Chifley that his colour palette has changed since the last time they saw him. He's still got that sort of snowy motif on his clothes, but his hair is stark white all the way down, and his skin is a crystalline pale blue. So, like, if you picture Anna at the end of Frozen,
Mm-hmm.
he kind of looks like that. And he's just tapping his fingertips against his opposite bicep as he's just glaring daggers at this person.
Lynn is gonna take this all in stride, and she's gonna cast message at Crystal and go, what tipped you off?
She responds back, does message have a limited number of words?
No.
Alright.
And if it did, Lynn, like, it's probably got a time limit, so Lynn will just spam it. Just keep going.
Fair. She responds...
It's only one message each. Sending has a word limit.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't me, it was Chifley. He can hear her soundtrack and it was not correct.
Fascinating.
When tried to pursue it, then I started to notice that things weren't adding up.
How so?
Wouldn't answer who she was or what was wrong in a zone of truth, and she used the spell Fear, which Cassie does not have that spell.
I see. Okay. And Lynn is taking all of this in and looking at this, and honestly, she's kind of impressed with the play that Cassie, the not Cassie, is doing. Honestly, it's a decent play. Just the way to go out about all of this. Just all right. Well then, let's see how this goes down, eh? I'm glad you're safe. And then Lynn's gonna look at Crystal, look at Cassie and Chifley, and she's very much clocking the Chifley and going, oh boy, let's get this guy to a therapist. We need chill pills, blankets, and a therapist. And she doesn't. I'm gonna roll deception to see. Yeah, no, you're not getting anything out of the monkey. The monkey.
Make a horrible joke.
Yeah.
He's already pretty chill, if I may say.
Blocked, banned. Do not pass go. You're horrible gremlin. I can't believe I have to leave the game altogether. Monkey cancelled. Monkey gets slipped into the void.
You could say that he hasn't warmed up to this person.
Puns are my speciality. You're freezing me out here. I can't make any good puns when you guys are doing this.
You just made one.
I'm gonna give you guys a cold shoulder now. But it's just looks in, looks at this, looks at Rye, sees how he's dealing with this.
Rye is sort of looking at Crystal and then at Chifley and then at Cassie, and he's so confused, and then he's just going to look at Lynn and just do a quick message. So, what's the plan?
Well, these two have got multiple things that have tipped them off. So we've got an idea that this isn't her. The problem is which angle to go at. Blunt's always been the best option. And so she's just gonna look at you, nod, and then just calmly walk to the other side. It's like at the kitchen table sort of thing, right?
Mm.
Yeah. Is she actually like halfway tucked in, or is it just near?
It wouldn't be into the table. I think they probably pulled a chair out, turned it around, and then just tied her to it.
Perfectly reasonable, especially as, you know, if she's close to something enough to kick, that is a bad idea. So there is just, she does walk over in that it is Detective Stagehand in this moment, and just kind of stands there opposite this not Cassie, and then is just watching, just going, this long pause as she just goes, impressive waterworks. Well trained. Good on you.
There is a blink, pause, and then surprisingly fast the crying stops and there's a worth a shot.
Indeed. I've seen it done a few times. You've got it down to a fine art. I am almost impressed properly.
Well, you have to be good in my profession.
And which profession are we talking about here? There are quite a few you'd fit.
Take a wild guess.
Oh, let's see. We got assassin, we got saboteur. Impersonator is a very good one, I gotta admit. Ghosting? Very much a very good skill in this day and age.
Rye is writing this down.
Rye, you beloved sweetheart.
See, you know your stuff.
I do have to with my profession. And she does just kind of stand there, just because she is quite well known.
Yeah. Actually, I wonder. I'm going to give that a roll. Not so great.
Because she is quite well known throughout Inkwell, and because of just like you kind of want to know the circles, I will offer advantage.
Yeah, I might take that.
Seems like the kind of thing that someone in this industry might know.
Yeah, though she's not rolling very well on this, so. Yeah, probably heard of you. Probably doesn't know enough.
Yeah, which quite frankly is probably good on some levels. It's just 13's enough to know of Detective Stagehand, the Golden Monkey Detective. Just enough that is someone you don't normally want to tangle with. Because people do not come out of tangling with that one. She's pretty prolific.
Yeah. Actually, would you like to roll an insight on her?
Indeed. That is... That is a 13 plus 6. 13 plus 6. Good. 19.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, I think you will get this. She does recognize you. She doesn't know everything about you. Like, broad strokes, yes. Any, like, more details, no. And you can tell that she's a little bit frustrated by that.
Fascinating. But, well, let's get down to brass tacks, eh? It's neither of us entirely want to be here, and well, I gotta admit, for all the acting, this is probably not a good circumstance for you.
There's no response.
We don't just want to hash this out straight away? No monologues, no dramatics? No?
Tell me, what exactly would I get out of that?
I don't know. Normally, if there's some sort of thing here, you say what you want to say, you monologue, you deal with the dramatics. Sometimes comes with a deal. Maybe even out of the goodness of your heart, but yeah, I've been at this song and dance a bit too long for that one to normally work.
Well, I'm not telling you everything.
Mm-hmm.
But I might give you something if you ask the right questions.
Oh, one of those types, eh? Alright. Well, the first one's always one that is entertaining for how non-answer it gets. Who are you?
Well, you could say currently I'm Cassie.
I could currently say that, yes, but
It's not the answer we're after, ma'am.
indeed.
I like him. No, I suppose not. Well, you can also call me Odile.
Odile. And is that your name you have chosen for the most part? Or just one you're willing to give us just for funsies?
Name I've chosen to use here.
I see. Well, seeing as we're doing brass tacks, might as well cover the usual bases first. I'm already presuming a zone of truth wouldn't work. Always fun when those do work, but let's just do things on the basics. Why are you here?
Sorry, this is just me trying to think of how she would respond to this.
Quite frankly, the long silence is probably very in character.
It's true. Well, you probably have enough pieces to put that together.
Well, I've got a few paths, I admit, but I like keeping my cards close to my chest, just like you do.
Very well. I'm here because I'm on a job.
And which job would that be?
Well, I'm here so that people wouldn't notice.
Ah, that sort of angle, eh?
You're a professional stand-in?
Not usually, but sometimes it's necessary.
Mm-hmm. Create an alibi, muddy the waters. How long were you planning on doing this for?
Who knows? As long as I needed to, I suppose.
Would have got pretty boring after a while. And I'm sure you have other jobs that you need to do.
Because rolling off of that 19, there is a slight flicker of exasperation. But but it's gone almost as quickly as it was there, and only because you're a professional and you managed to catch it. And she responds with, gotta do what the job requires.
Indeed. But as I said, other jobs. And she's looking at Cassie. Or this not Cassie, or Odile, was it? Odile, I'll remember that. But she does just look and go, if it's a job, usually there's a hirer. And usually it's about getting paid. Hmm?
Well, that's usually how it works, isn't it? Yes.
You're not getting paid?
I didn't say either way.
Well, we'll run off a usual pattern, eh? If it's a job, you have been hired by someone, either through a group or through other means.
Slight tilt of the head, like very slight nod, as like, yeah, go on.
Now, if you're being paid, that normally means that there's something to go off. Lump sum at the beginning or a pattern throughout? I'm presuming by everything you've got some sort of end goal, some severance, right?
You never know. You could be doing this for fun.
Oh, you could, and I admit, with your type, with everything that I know, it is rather entertaining to just masquerade as one thing, step into a life, smile through it all. But no. There's entertainment and then there's other factors, aren't there? There's always more than one angle.
Sure. Have you figured out this one, though? By the way, Whis, what was that?
That was an insight. Ronnie isn't doing an awful lot of talking, but he's doing an awful lot of listening and an awful lot of watching. And with a 23, I think it shows.
Yeah. Would you like anything in particular, or would you just like me to, I don't know, give you...
Well, the crack about maybe this is just for fun is what prompted me to roll the dice, so maybe that, but if there's any other broad strokes you want to give me, then that too.
Sort of related to that comment, but sort of broader strokes is maybe this is just for fun, was to keep like she's being ambiguous about things deliberately. I will say with that insight you will get that she did go on the defensive very so slightly about talk about who she's working for.
Mm-hmm. How are you going to respond to this knowledge, child? You're not going to keep it to yourself. You want to participate. I think when there's an appropriate lull in the banter between the two, I think he's gonna. What are you gonna say? Yeah, he'll lean forward and he's got his little notepad and his little pen, and just sort of lean into her personal space just a smidge.
You've been threatened to do this job by chance? You like your employer? Because I'm not getting the impression that you're on very good terms with them, ma'am.
There's a blink. And then she's like sort of like tilts her head back and laughs. Cute.
I have been told that I am quite cute. However, it can be misleading, ma'am. Could you answer the question, please?
You wanted to know if I'm on bad terms with my employer. Well, I wouldn't take a job with people I'm on bad terms with.
So you're not under duress, which means that it's a favor or you are getting paid. So at least we can narrow it down that much. Are you going to answer the question about being paid or not? It would save us an awful lot of time if you do.
Yes, I'm getting paid.
Would you be able to give us a rough figure-ish?
Well, I don't know yet.
Oh. So you've not been paid yet? Now that's bad practice.
There is a flicker of probably shouldn't have said that. Before I'm just trying to think of like how to word this.
Mm-hmm.
Well, money isn't everything, detective.
Oh no, it's only one of the ways that the world goes round. But you see, money can be important to people. Money, respect, image, all of those sorts of things, reputation especially. And with reputation in your field, well, similar to ours in that sense. But at the end of the day, if you don't get paid, if people believe they can, well, walk all over you on that, string you along for several long, long months on one job pretending to be one little girl, well, eesh. But I guess on another hand, if you haven't been paid yet, means eventually you anticipate getting paid. You anticipate a call.
And the person doing the paying must be offering you quite a hefty sum or have a significant amount of clout for you to take a job that's not paid at least partially in advance.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say you really don't have any idea what you have just become a part of.
You'd be surprised. After all, you don't exactly know a lot about me, do you? Conspiracy, grand schemes, all of that sort of thing. But then again, I mean, I'm wondering what everything's going to turn out for you at the moment, quite frankly.
I wouldn't worry about me.
Oh, I'm not worried, just, passing understanding. You see, if you've been set a job, if you've been set a task, normally the employer doesn't like finding out that you got caught. Bad for business, you know. Having loose ends.
People like that always have ways of tying them up.
Mm-hmm.
Not the first time I've been caught.
Hmm.
Probably won't be the last.
Hopefully for you, I guess. Ah, well. We'll see what happens, eh?
I will give Whis with that 23, just because you have been like I imagined that that Raya's still been keeping a close eye on this.
Oh yeah, he's also writing everything down.
Mm-hmm.
He can't do it as subtly as Lynn can. So, like, everyone can see him with his little notepad, but he is just writing everything down.
You think maybe you've been looking at the employer angle, like your initial assumption about them threatening her might be in sorry, I'm just trying to figure out how to word this. You think your initial angle of the employer and her being in bad standings is completely the wrong direction.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hmm.
What we have gotten involved. You know, ma'am, feels like maybe you're involved in this right from the get-go. A little bit. Rather than just being a ring-in. Would you say that's correct?
Maybe.
Lynn's looking at Rye to see what his angle is on this one. She's curious.
Because if there was promised a substantial sum for the completion of this job, but it wasn't under duress that you took it, then it would be under as a favor. Someone that you're in good standing with. Someone you're close to. Someone that you trusted to pay you after the job was done rather than leaving you twisting in the wind.
You could say that.
And could you?
Isn't this more fun?
I mean, if you think sitting here tied up in the cold is fun. I prefer board games.
No, probably not my most ideal fun, but you get what you're given. You make do with what you've got.
One of the we don't pick the music, we just dance folk. A good angle. An employer you've known at least enough to have that sort of deal. This their normal sort of situation? Their normal stand-in? Yoink someone and have you stand in for a while? It's an impressive one. Or is Cassie special?
She doesn't answer that question. Just just to smile back. Yeah, I will give this to both of you. This is not usual.
Hmm.
Before we carry this on, I do apologise. Just, I know for a fact staying in a form too long, you can do it for as long as you like, but it does tend to get a bit itchy for a while. If we already know the game's up, do you want to change back?
I don't know, so I might actually roll a d2.
We have a plan B, so.
Is that a no? Is that a yes? What are we calling?
Nah, it's much funner to do it in this form. And her eyes sort of flick to where Chifley and Crystal are standing.
There are a few additional ice noises as he just makes cold eye contact with her. The carpet is freezing. A lot.
But you know. Getting a rise out of people, I admit. It's a good one, throwing them off their rhythm, getting under people's skin, but there are other ways of dealing with things, aren't there? And, well, there are ways of knocking a changeling back to their true form.
Is that a threat, Detective?
Oh, not a threat. I just like meeting people on even footing. Right, you have a certain spell stock today, don't you? You showed me your little book earlier, right?
Oh, the new one?
Mm-hmm.
Try Moonbeam.
Oh. Okay. I can do that for you. Detective.
And he's just gonna, he's gonna.
God,
That's Moonbeam!
how much does that do?
Okay, hold on. Where is it? You're a second level spell. You got so many spells, right? Oh god. Okay, here we go.
I have it saved for a reason.
Okay.
Lynn knows this friggin' spell because she herself has a changeling in her employ.
So, for the purposes of the recording, a silvery beam of pale light shines down in a 5-foot radius. 40-foot high cylinder centered on a point within range until the spell ends. Dim light fills the cylinder. When a creature enters the spell's area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there, it is engulfed in ghostly flames that cause searing pain, and it must make a Constitution saving throw. It takes 2d10 radiant damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one. A shape changer makes its saving throw with disadvantage. If it fails, it also instantly reverts to its original form and cannot assume a different form until it leaves the spell's life.
Alright, I guess I'm making a con save then.
At
At
disadvantage.
Well, that's already a 7 plus 1.
Oh,
Not gonna make
this bodes well.
And that's another 7.
Hey, that's a
Splendid.
7.
Cool. Okay. So I guess I'm rolling 2d10 radiant damage to start with.
Yeah.
Is that my d10? Yes, it is. Okay. 4 and 6. So that's
10.
10. So 10 points of ow, it burns, and she reverts to her original form.
Yeah, okay. So, there's definitely a hiss. She doesn't cry out, and then her form, does shift, and, the figure before you is, a bit taller than, definitely taller than Cassie is, with like pale alabaster skin, and like big dark eyes that like take up her, like, that are just. Sorry, I was trying to find words. Like the big dark eyes, like many animals that they don't have the whites. And
Oh, funky.
Right.
bald head, but still pretty feminine figure.
Rai is writing down a physical description of this person immediately.
The other thing I will let you both know is that she is not looking great health-wise. And that wasn't just because of the moonbeam.
I mean, Chifley did attack her a fair bit.
She got a bit beaten to peck, is what you're saying.
Yo.
I'm not sure whether or not this would make Chifley relax or become more tense. Hold on, let me roll him a whiz save.
Yeah. Might do the same for Crystal.
Oh, okay.
I'm presuming
that's
that.
Well, he's more tense, I think. Exclamation +7. Yeah, that's gonna work. Oh, now I've got double pluses. I can type. Okay, so it's still a 14 actually, because his whiz save is so high. But okay, I'm gonna say that he does tense and then relax a little bit. Possibly because, okay, good, we weren't wrong. I'm so glad we weren't wrong. But on the other hand, damn it, we were wrong. We weren't wrong. It's like, but she doesn't look like Cassie anymore. So it's like, he has a complex mental state right now.
That was a 9 from Crystal. I think she has turned away and has walked to the other side of the room for now.
Bless. Completely fair and reasonable reaction. Chifley's not taking his eyes off of her. He refuses.
Fair.
Well, at least we got the proper form now. So sorry about the whole circumstance of it, but... Well, you asked whether it was a threat. And I don't... Well... I don't exactly do those without due cause. This was just a promise in a way.
Fair play.
I almost want to roll something, because Lynn knows the lower channels. Lynn knows, literally because of background and otherwise, Lynn knows a lot of criminals, a lot of stuff. Could she roll history?
Yeah, go for it.
Christ on a bike! I go, hey, Lynn wants to roll about the lower circles, and Lynn hands me a nat friggin' 20.
Oh my gosh.
Lynn knows the inner circles!
What was that 22, by the way, Kendall?
Don't worry about it.
I'm worrying about it.
We're worried about it. We're on high alert.
So yes, Lynn rolled a nat 20 on history for guessing Odile, changeling, that sort of thing.
Yeah, she's trying to figure out basically if she can get any whispers of who this person is normally hired by, or just any traces of this character. Just changelings aren't common.
No.
I mean, I don't know whether Odile is real kind or Toonkind.
She is real kind.
Huh.
And what I can give you is alright, so around Toontown area and stuff, the name Odile hasn't really come up much before probably about a year and a half ago. And definitely like good paying money for jobs that she takes. Generally things like infiltration, assassination, anything that sort of like requires someone to get in somewhere without being noticed and get out without leaving much of a trace. And generally, again, like you could probably put this together with like the things that you put together before, but yeah, none of the jobs have ever been as long as this. And normally, like she is not a freelancer. She does do work as part of a um
Guild?
like 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 underground mafia almost kind of thing. Like I can't think of the right name.
Yakuza.
Yeah,
Oh.
like
Not the Yakuza, but one of those sort of underground guilds, that sort of thing.
based out of Furuma, and no one really knows what they're called. Just that they're known as the agency.
Mm.
Lynn doesn't let on anything out loud as she's just looking this person over. As she's looking Odile over, and then just goes, to do a job this long. Now, we've already brushed aside all the fear factors and that sort of thing. And reverement's probably out as well, with someone as independent as yourself, but not fully independent after all, not freelance, as I can tell. No. And you've been here, what, year and a half? Year and a half. So, with the agency, I'd say, for room and case, Cassie's special, we know that much. We know that much from several standings. One, this a shipping job, or? Probably a shipping job. After all, why go through all that effort for just one toon? There are dozens and dozens of toons out there. Quite a lot with wings. Wings do go on the market nowadays.
Oh, excuse me, I do have to roll something for that. And I'm going to do it at disadvantage.
I am sorry. I am sorry.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna roll again for Crystal. I don't think.
Actually, you know what? That's still a really good roll because Chif's thing is so high, but I'm actually going to choose for it. Oh, it just got sub-zero cold in here. Oh dear. Oh, he did not like that. Chifley did not like that.
Lynn's expression has not changed at all. She rolled 27 on her deception.
Mm.
There is absolutely no reaction to the sudden drop in temperature. She is keeping her eyes directly on Odile.
Where's Rise D10? There it is.
I'm just letting this
Okay,
play out
great.
a little bit first.
Rye pulls out his kitty cat scarf, puts it on, and then continues writing. He got a 20 on his deception earlier, so I'm hoping that can carry on now. But he's just like, oh, that's cold. Pull it out. Extra layer. Okay, here we go.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, does anyone want to contest Rye's deception?
I'm going to contest the Rye deception. That's a 16 plus 6. My boy, my son. She's keeping an eye on everyone out of the corner of her eye. Like, I will say, Lynn is focusing on Odile.
Mhm.
She is a paranoid detective. She is keeping an eye on where everyone in the room is, what's going on, and if she hears any noises. She's paranoid. She doesn't want to get stabbed in the back or something happen to someone else while she's focused.
That's fair. Chifley is not going to because he's not taking his eyes off Odile. Would Odile like to? Or is she too focused on Lynn?
Yeah, I'll give it a roll.
That's either very good or very bad. 8.
Not gonna do it. Okay,
Nope.
cool. In that case, there is this very minute twitch from Rye that Lynn notices. He's just had a thought, and he managed to stop a little exclamation mark going Solid Snake style bling over his head. He's managed to not do that, but he just had a thought. And he's just going to hold on to that thought for the minute.
It's when she's sure about whatever Odile is going to say. I nearly said your name in the actual chat because I'm staring at his candle and I have thought. I'm judging you slightly, but it's she will be like giving a message over to Rye if he wants in a minute. She just wants to see what Odile says first. If Odile has anything to say.
So Lynn asked about shipping and the fact that a lot of effort for one toon and then the wings.
Mm-hmm.
She responds with like, okay, I think she probably did take her eyes off of Lynn for a moment there. Look like because the temperature plunged, it like flicks over to Chifley and then back, and well, she's unharmed if that's what you're worried about.
Unharmed? That's always good to know. But I guess to what end? What is so special about her,
Maybe you should be asking her family that.
No, I've got a few thoughts on that front. We've all talked quite a bit, but at the same time... Well, come now. Just us.
I'm just trying to think of how to phrase this, like what she would say. Did you want to roll a persuasion for that?
Sure. That is... What's your persuasion modifier? That is above a 20. There is a certain way that Lynn stands, a certain almost air to her, I'd guess, in a way.
I'm
Perhaps
just going
it's
to have Rye roll and medicine at the same thing. Just because Moonbeam is still up, and so like.
Oh, good. If it's still
medicine.
up. Yeah, I'll wait for this roll.
Yeah, okay, that's a 24.
She's not looking
How-
so hot.
Okay, so he could reasonably assume that if he doesn't turn it off, he's going to like knock her out.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, I think
Don't
he
worry.
will turn it
Don't worry.
off.
We have the healing spells. We have the
Yeah.
technology.
Yeah, but at the same time, hold on, let me check. Is it concentration?
It said it was
Wait.
concentration for a minute, I think.
Where did it go? A minute is a long.
I can see it. I'm looking at it.
It is concentration. Yeah, okay.
1 minute.
Is
That's like 10 rounds.
It is 10 rounds.
Who wants crispy changeling? Who wants crispy changeling? Get your crispy changeling here.
I would
Okay.
rather. She would rather not crispy changeling.
Yeah,
Though
okay.
I'm sure the other people in the room might like that right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, Rye's just actually Rye will leave it up depending on how well he does at a healing word. He's just gonna mutter something under his breath because I don't think the person needs to actually hear the word. It doesn't actually say anything about saying words in the healing word spell. Huh. Okay, so let's roll a d4. That is a 1. And 1d4 plus your spellcasting ability modifier. Oh, okay, cool. I forgot that your modifier for your druid stuff went up. So that's
Oh
a
wow!
10.
You did the damage you did with.
Yeah, so he can, and because healing word is a bonus action and it's not concentration, he can just do that and leave Moonbeam on so that she can't shapeshift again. I will, however, have to roll the damage now. I think it's been long enough.
Yeah.
All right. And 2 and 5. He giveth and he taketh away.
He giveth and he taketh. We love to see it.
Good. Okay. Well, she's not looking as bad as she was before. She does still look a little bit annoyed. I think there's a would you turn that off?
If we can be convinced that you're not going to shapeshift again, I would be willing to turn so.
It's not going to do me much good at the moment.
Rye's going to look at Lynn.
Lynn takes a long moment to consider everything. And she does just give a decisive nod. Just, yeah, you can drop it. She doesn't say anything out loud, but is just looking at this person and just going, yeah, we can take her. And also we can just do another moonbeam if she tries anything.
Mm-hmm. And he will nod and turn it off.
There is relax a little bit of the shoulders and thank you.
I hope that we can have an agreeable conversation from this point forward, ma'am.
Very well. You wanted to know why we took Cassie.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm just trying to figure out how to word this because I do have words, but I don't know if I want to go with those exact words.
You are so valid.
Just because I know.
You know things.
give me, like, 30 seconds.
I'm straight up just imagining there are a lot of dramatic pauses while all of this is going on. Like, it's full on. It's full on detective interrogation. There is. Please tell me this. Please tell me this apartment has a clock. You know, one of those proper TikTok ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it does.
Actually, you know what? Chifley's in the room. So there might even be tense detective music playing in the background, very, very low.
Mm-hmm. Just that there is that faint. You know, in those really dramatic detective movies, how you have just the dead silence, and then there's just that clock in the background, just counting the seconds. I'm imagining that, and now just with detective music, really faint, turned down to like volume 0.1.
Mm.
Okay, I'm rolling a d2 to see whether I go with this or not.
Fair enough. Given as we seem to have a very pregnant pause, does Lynn want to poke Rye about that thought he had while we got the
Yep.
chance?
Yep, it is a very. I'm gonna roll a sleight of hand to see how subtle her point is. That is a 16 plus something. 16 plus 7. Yeah, so there is just. As she's shifting her hands, just like put them thumbs in the pockets of her waistcoat, her finger does just go towards Ryan a slight point and just go, "You had a thought. Care to share?"
You said that she'd been here for a year and a half. And I just realized that when we were using locate object and locate person, and specifically locate person, it pointed to her as if it was Cassie. So if her shapeshifting can confuse locate person, it might confuse airplanes. So she might have been taking the mail, which would mean this is not a recent thing. This is a long con. Is that the term? It's
An immediate
premeditated.
an immediate message back, and you can basically get the full-on pride and approval in Lynn's voice of just a similar thought. And yes, long con is the right word. How long this has been going on for? How this has been going on for? Very impressive. This might be relating, seeing as it's Faruma. Well, back to our original thoughts.
Oh boy.
And Lynn in her head is just going, listening back to this conversation that they've had so far, and just that you don't know what you're getting into, and she's just going, "Ah, boy, Faruma! This is a long-standing situation involving Faruma again. I don't want to go to Faruma!"
That's where all the fun things happen.
I don't want to go to Faruma!
I mean, if you want, you can also roll me an intelligent, and I can give you a few pieces of information that you might be able to, that you guys might be able to put together.
I'm going to do
Nice.
that for Rye.
Intelligence. That's a plus. Question: is that a save or a check again?
Probably a check.
Fantastic. That's a +3.
Not going to occur to Rye,
That
unfortunately.
is 18 plus 3. Boop.
Okay.
Also-
No, right, you're not getting this. I will give this to Lynn though. Two things occur to you when you're having this thought. One is, you don't replace someone who you can't get to, so she's probably not that far away. And by that I mean she's probably not Faruma far away. She probably might even still be in Toontown. Because, yeah, basically.
And we do already know she's unharmed. That didn't seem as though it was just a. The way it was said isn't just the for now or anything. It's just straight up, yeah, she's not harmed.
Oh, my brain is making connections between information that Rye knows and information that Chifley knows, and the two are not the same thing.
Oh dear.
Heck.
And the other piece of information that I will give you for that is, so why go to all of the trouble for her to be missing in the first place if you can replace her, and no one would notice? Which suggests that it wasn't the original plan, and maybe you guys tipped them off.
Hmm. Hmm.
Do you want me to answer that question now, or do you guys want to say something?
I'm good. Go ahead and answer the question, I guess.
I'll answer the question first. I'm gonna have floor time.
Alright, okay. Well, I rolled a 1 on the dice, which means I'm going with the, less than ideal phrasing, and by that I mean, she... You guys will probably understand why it's less than ideal phrasing soon.
Mm-hmm.
And she's gonna say, Detective, do you know what a thomivore is?
Indeed, I am.
I'm gonna roll an arcana for two of my lads in the room.
And suddenly Lynn is immediately on the track of taking of magic.
Okay, that one was right.
The theory that Cassie took her mother's magic, and Lynn is all of a sudden just drawing all this stuff just all together, and she's like, this is someone we never want to throw to me. All right. But
yeah, I can tell you right now, I have not, I was literally dying when I heard the stuff that Hex and Kraken got up to, and I was just like, oh.
It's a small world after all.
Lynn knows a startling amount about thomivores nowadays. I'm going to roll her a thing just to see how much. Yeah, no, you are not getting anything out of her except for a very cold. I'm aware. I read.
I got a 22 for Rye and a 4 for Chifley.
Okay.
So Chifley, has no idea. This is probably for the best, I feel.
I'm not rolling for Crystal, because she will know what this is, given what her job is. But she has definitely turned around, and she has come back closer again at that. And Odile continues. Then, given the information you have, you might be able to understand why we're interested in her.
Indeed. Quite the asset. Well, she's certainly being kept in good standing, seeing as you do tend to need. And she's suddenly thinking very quickly on how do I word this, seeing as there are two people in this room that might react badly if I say anything badly. Just alive and in relatively good health for the best benefit.
Mm-hmm. You could say that.
We both know what I mean on it.
I'm gonna roll Raya Deception real quick. It's not super great. 112 Rye. Stop lying. Yeah, it's a 13. He's trying very hard to keep the lid on. Is like,
I don't want to talk about warriors. Oh, crap.
Well, if you've got an asset like that, you want to keep it close. Heard that phrase far too many times nowadays. But guild working out of Toontown? Nearby. Close enough for you to be comfortable enough to do this sort of job? On the off cuff? Rather unusual. I must admit, I am curious why step things up like this. In fact, why do it at all like this?
Well, you can thank Mr. Forde for that.
Chifley sort of straightens a little bit. He's tense. He's distinctly more tense. And now he's been addressed. And there is a few more ice noises.
We should
In Lynn's head,
too,
she has made connections.
since it saves us the trouble of having to activate her magic ourselves.
Roll another Whis save at disadvantage. It's a 10 on the dice. And that's an 11 dice. That's a minimum 17. He's, dare I say it, keeping his cool.
I should probably roll the crystal.
Internally, he's screaming. Externally, he is not moving. This is a deliberate choice.
Externally, he's cool as ice.
I rolled
Yes.
that at disadvantage.
Quite frankly, he looks like an ice statue. Like, he could have been carved out of ice because he's just not moving at all. Hardly blinking, even. Crystal's doing not as good as Chifley, but still pretty okay.
Yeah.
If it weren't so tense, she might be yelling at him.
Yeah, she has definitely come up closer. And like her fists are balled up and is looking very angry. But also like not sure what to say.
Mm-hmm. You needed the activation of the wild magic. Potent stuff.
When harnessed correctly, yes.
And you have a way of doing so.
You get that, just, wouldn't you like to know, grin?
The look Lynn is giving back is basically it's deadpan. It's not even the glaring daggers. It's just the basically to the wouldn't you like to know? It's just yes. That's literally all.
It's why we're here. Like, come on.
I was even partially rhetorical. Of course, I know you have it, but she's not saying it out loud because, quite frankly, she's got a pretty decent lid. God, she has things she'd say. Unfortunately, the hard part with Lynn is figuring out what way she's going to say things, because she is blunt as a brick, but she is damn decent as a scalpel.
Yep.
I'm gonna let Rye, if Rye has anything, because I know I've been talking a bit. I do apologize.
No, it's fine. He is listening and he is learning, and he's still trying to figure out when the best time to ask certain questions is. Oh boy. Right, what do you want to do? Because there's still the $1 million question, which we haven't asked yet.
Mm-hmm. Do it. Do it, kid. Do it, kid.
All right. In that pause, Rye will just sort of lean into her personal space again a little bit.
I suppose it's time to ask the big question, ma'am. Where is she?
Sorry, I'm just thinking. Yeah, okay. Give me one moment.
It's the simple questions that are the hardest to answer. Also, on an unrelated note, I would like everyone to know that I have had to use Chifley's character sheet to cover up the title card in OBS because Cassie's expression gives me the heebie-jeebies. I couldn't look at it anymore. It was freaking me out. So I had to cover it up. It's good, but it's too good.
Oh, good. Okay. Alright. Well, okay. Yep. So Rai asks, where is she? And Odile gives a small chuckle and like I would tell you that. Hey, you want to know what that 22 was before?
Oh, I am
Yep.
terrified.
That might have been a sleight of hand on the ropes.
Okay. That's good. We can work with that. Go ahead. Give it your best shot.
But that's not at either of you two.
Oh.
That would be a dagger attack, against Crystal.
Shit. Okay. Did it hit?
Yeah, it hit her, armor class, beats it.
Oh.
Okay.
Alright. I mean, it's a dagger, so it's not likely to one-shot Crystal, so that's nice to know, but, let me get Chifley's dice again.
Well, it's probably not going to one-shot her. I did forget that Crystal did take a bit of damage from that fear, but I will explain why this probably does more than you expect in a moment. Okay.
Who wants to hear the sound of shattering glass in the...
Shit, I know why it's going to do more damage. Shit.
Oh, no.
Shit.
Have we got super icy glass now?
No.
Crystal.
She's part Fae.
Yeah.
She has Fae vulnerabilities. Okay. Chifley, your whiz save. was not very high. Okay. Hmm. Okie dokie. What are you gonna do, my dude?
I'm saying here and now, Lynn is going to be going for the changeling to grab. Just
Alright. Sorry,
she's
I'm
taught.
looking at some things.
She's damn well taught her sketches how to throw a hit and run if things go to shit. She knows this ploy.
Yeah, unfortunately, Chifley only got a 13 on his Whis save.
Oh dear.
Mm-hmm.
And he was already very upset. And the fact that this person no longer has Cassie's face means he's a hell of a lot more willing to throw hands. Can Odile make a Whis save?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm just calculating damage right now and then I can do that.
Sure.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Alright. Okay.
Holy shit balls. I mean, I know she's got more health than that overall, but damn!
Okay,
What kind of dagger is this?
It'd only have to be an iron dagger.
It's not just an iron dagger, it's also, she's a College of Whispers bard, so there was a psychic attack attached to that.
Ah, fun.
I am going to be nice. I did sort of like round things. I'm taking off 3 of that because I wasn't sure whether to double damage or double dice on the resistance is just double damage, isn't it? Sorry,
Resistance is a half.
Sorry, vulnerability is just double damage, right?
Double.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Guess how
Don't
many?
think there's a next level up from vulnerability. I don't.
Yeah. Guess how many hit points Crystal is on currently?
1, 0, 1.
After she was on 18 before that.
Some beans.
I'm so
Oh.
sorry.
She's going down. We're yelling timber.
Okay. Even better reason for for Odile to be doing a Whis save now.
Yeah. All right. I'm sorry, dude. I didn't think it would do that much damage.
No one ever does. This is exactly how we had in the. This is exactly how we had in on site. Just everything's fine. Hey, why is Hugh on the floor?
She has the reason she did this. She tried to run away both times. So.
True that.
Okay, that is friggin' hysterical. I cannot wait to watch that game after.
Yeah. So I'm going to need a Whis save.
Yes, Whis save.
And then we'll see what happens after that. There may be another roll needed, but we'll see what happens.
I think another roll might be needed.
Okay.
Let me just put it in the chat.
Give me the scores on the doors. I want to see it. Poo bump. Okay. That's unfortunate. Okay. Is this one of the half or is it just yay or nay? It's just yay or nay. Damn.
After that, if all of that doesn't work, Lynn is coming in, so you will want to roll a acrobatics to deal with her athletics.
Yep,
Because
okay.
monkey gonna grapple.
Yep,
so,
fair enough.
Can I also have a strength save?
Sure. Shall I do? I'll do the strength save first. I will just use the number I rolled then.
Okay, goody. Okay, so series of events happens very, very quickly, one after the other. So there is a very loud bell sound which doesn't quite hit the right tone as Chifley attempted to cast Toll the Dead on her. And then a second later, vines and grasping weeds sprang out of the floor as Rye cast Entangle. And she's now restrained.
Yep.
Yep.
Levitate's not the only way to keep you put.
If Lynn can tell that Rye's got that, she is going to say, back up to you, Rye. She doesn't want you in range of this bastard. And she's going to go for Crystal to remove that dagger and sort out the healing.
No, she still has the dagger on her. Odile still has the dagger on her, but yeah, you might want to heal her because that was a pretty bad stab. Maybe slash down the center of her.
Yeah, it's straight up.
I'm going to do a strength save for Chifley too.
Lynn has,
which is not going to go well for him, I can say.
Yeah, Lynn's got cure wounds. Let's see, what's your cure wounds, my love? That is a D8, 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 D8. Da 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 da. Nice. Okay, that is a 7 + 9.
I love playing characters with negatives in their stats.
What did you roll?
What did you get?
Nice.
Please tell me it's a -1.
Oh, good.
So Chifley is also restrained, which I feel is probably for the best. He is struggling pathetically. However, he's not going anywhere. Yes.
If it was close enough for Odile to have the dagger and that sort of stuff. So Lynn hasn't left completely, but it's just where that slash mark was. Lynn has slapped her hand over that delicately, so as not to go. Hey, what damage? Slap. And so there is just Crystal. You feel very much a sensation of warmth. And there is an orange spark and glow around the wound, and the faint smell of pumpkin spice as, that is re-stitching. That is re-stitching. You got 16 health back.
Nice. There's, you might want to make a dex save, because she's shooting upright.
Yeah. That's a 16 on the dice with a save of a +5. Lynn is actively just like, she's got her hand around, so when she shoots back up, she is being supported. Lynn's standing slightly in front of her, and Lynn is back to looking at Odile. It's just, Odile is not gonna get out of this.
Yeah, she's, not saying anything, but there is a glow being sent. Actually, I might roll that an intimidation on that glare at Rye in a moment. But like Crystal has shot up. Where is she? So I'm gonna roll that.
She's not going anywhere.
And looks and sees and right. Oh, okay.
Okay, I guess I have to do a Whis save against that one.
Yeah, that title card, Claire. Maybe Rye is getting something probably similar sensation.
Come on, Rye. Come on.
Add a d6.
I mean, I will hold on to that d6 just in case, because see, the thing is about Rye. Rye has stood before the thing. He's not scared of her.
Yeah.
Nice.
He also knows Morpher. It's just He stood before the changelings, and you've straight up been around the thing. A literal being of terror incarnate, a first toon. This is so very different. This is a different ball game.
Mm-hmm. Rye's just gonna sort of shake his head at her.
Ma'am, I am not sure that is such a wise decision. You're not in a very good position here. So it would be in your best interest to cooperate.
I am not letting you mess this up.
An operation. Something that requires a thaumaval. This is high stakes. What operation are we messing with, And Lynn is basically, in a way, I can roll persuasion if you like. She kind of wants someone who's this ticked off to start into a monologue.
Alright, I might roll her a Whis save then.
I can and will roll persuasion to contest.
You might want to.
Alright. Yes! It is a lass and a lack. It's a lass and a lack, not a gnat, but honey, you rolled a 19 on the in total. Lynn rolled a 19 on the dice. So that brings her up to persuasion is with a +8. Yeah. There is just something about the way she's saying this. Just that specific tone, the look, all of the things together. It is just that one bit that just ticks too far.
Yeah, there's after all of the work we put in, after all the time we spent setting this up, no, I do not think so. We have been following her for over a year. We have been so careful, and if he hadn't screwed things up, you still wouldn't know anything. She did gesture at, with her head at Chifley at that.
Mm-hmm. You are so lucky that he is restrained. And for a few other things, actually, at this point.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of what she would say next. I'm literally just trying to figure out what she would say next. Because I have things that she can say, but it's which one do I go with first?
Lynn's done this one. It's right. Lynn's done this one tail twitch that basically means let them dig their own grave.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, she has specific tail gestures for this sort of thing.
Who's he? Okay.
Oh god. Okay, I don't. Okay. I don't know if I can word this bit great. So just let me give it a go.
Do your best and we love you.
um. um. Honestly, finding her was sheer luck. We never expected our dig into the we never expected our dig into her research to give us much. But then when and she has gestured at like her head at Crystal. But then when her sister turned up in the town and we figured out that what we could do, well, yes, it would take time and planning and careful work, but it would be worth it to be able to absorb, to gather up magic. Definitely worth it. And we were so careful. The keeping track of her with the letters, getting close to her, setting things up. Yes, we had to speed things up. We were not expecting the sisters to reunite. We were not expecting her magic to get activated so soon, but plans can be adjusted. And we are so close. And I will not let you mess this up for him.
Whatever it is that you're going for, ma'am, I'm not going to be able to keep this up and keeping a hold of him for very long. It would be a shame for you to miss it.
Indeed.
Chifley is too angry to react to being talked about like this.
I don't think I'm not even gonna roll for it. Crystal's not doing great. But I don't think she can really do much at the moment because she's still suffering from that
All
attack.
of the out. Yeah. Chifley just wants to inflict wounds around this person's neck.
Mm-hmm.
So Ryan's like, I cannot promise that I can keep you from physical harm. Please cooperate.
Yep.
Oh, please. Threat of death has always been part of my job. Some things are more important than that. And some people are more important than that.
Just like he is to you. You've known him a long time, haven't you?
More. My whole life.
Ah.
A family of some sort.
Yes. So what makes you think I'm going to betray him?
And here's the thing where I go with what Lynn would say and what Lynn's got in her head, because Lynn knows just absolutely, basically her answer in her head is absolutely nothing. God. There are so many, you know that moment when you have about 5 different things your character could say and one of them you look at and go, No, we're not allowed to. It's-
I mean, I'm not gonna stop you if you want Lynn to see that.
I'm just
Yeah.
gonna roll Ryan intelligence real quick.
Mhm.
It's a 13. He wants to contribute. He really does. But he's coming up empty. He's like, if
You
Mum
had
can't convince this person to give up the coordinates, what the fuck have I got? Hope have I got? It's like, damn it. There's got to
will
be
say-
some link, some hint. Gah!
you had the D6.
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
forget the
I forgot
D6.
about the D6. Come
Listen,
on.
Lynn hands them out because she's trying very
Okay, that makes it a 15. That's what? No, that does not make it an 18. It's a 13 plus 2. I can do maths. I work in accounts.
Yeah. What do you want to know? Like, what was the intelligence for?
He is desperately trying to figure out if there's any possible angle they could go with to pull some sort of clue to go with, because they're obviously not going to give up the exact location. Here is the address, the PO box, etc. But just anything that they'd talked about so far that could give them even a remote area that he could walk in and do locate person on,
I can give you, well, I've given you, you guys should have hopefully enough information to be able to guess.
This is why I rolled the intelligence, because I'm coming up empty.
No, that's fair. So, I think one of the points I said to you guys before, I will bring up again with the, you guys tipped them off in your last investigation that you were investigating Cassie's disappearance.
theatre.
Holy
I'm gonna
shit.
And I did give you a little bit more information in her rant. You might be able to narrow it down to who in the theatre you tipped off.
We talked to...
We only talked to one guy, and it was the guy with the big nose.
No, we talked to a few people.
Yeah.
There was the director
There was
and head of choreography.
Which was a
There was
Ms. and
the backstage manager.
which was a Ms.
Cassie's agent.
Which was the Mr. Big Nose.
And one of the other actors.
Mm-hmm.
Although that was only brief. So that's 4 people.
I will also say, because you might not have remembered, the director was Mix, and the other performer you talked to was a they them.
Mm-hmm. So it is Big Nose. What was I cannot remember the name of the guy with big nose. Could you say it for us? Because Lynn is absolutely going to drop that name just to see the reaction.
Douglas Medea, who works for the GM agency. He was Cassie's agent.
Oh my freaking gosh. It's right freaking there.
Yeah, it's
right freaking there.
I will also roll in. Yeah, no, straight up, she's got this as well. It's because I didn't want to meta game because of how the stuff is, and it's Rise stuff. Just it with intelligence. So Lane is straight up, as well as all of this, making the connections herself, and so she does just look Odile in the eye and just go, Douglas.
I'm going to roll at disadvantage.
I will roll insight.
So will Rye. Not your best effort, kiddo, but you tried.
23.
Yep, that will do it. The other one was higher, so I'm not going to include that one. No, right, sorry. And she does put on a very good job. Like, she is a professional at this, but so are you, Lynn, and you notice the flicker of, worry, like surprise, worry, anger, the telltale signs. Yeah, you've got it. Before her like expression, like quick, smooths over, and is that supposed to mean something?
Oh dear. Thank you for your cooperation. And there is a smile on her face.
Okay, there's not much you can do, is there?
Entangle is still up, so...
Yeah, okay. Lynn?
Hmm?
Can you
Yeah?
make me a whiz save?
Sure! Oof. Not her best. What's your whiz? That is... Ay. Okay, that's not a great one. That's an absolute bull. That's... Oh god, 6.
Oh dear, it's a Stagehand 6. We haven't had one of those in a while.
That's alright,
We
I
haven't had one.
promise it's not too bad.
Mm-hmm. I'm presuming it's damage?
Yes. Ooh, okay.
Is that...
That's psychic damage.
Okay.
Cause that
Do
was
you want...
vicious mockery. And she says, I'm just figuring out how to word it.
Congratulations, that is 7% of her health.
If you hurt him, I will make you regret it.
And she takes that hit. There is... I'm gonna roll... No, honey, it's... There is the barest flicker of one eye. She deals with pain worse than this on a daily basis from her own design. And so she is just looking back utterly even. That smile on her face, just... You're a changeling, you know disconcerting. There is a vibe about her. There is something here. This detective has seen far more and listened to far worse threats. Just... Thank you for confirming. I have everything I need, I think. Well, it's been wonderful to meet you, Odile, but, I think I should get you acquainted with some new accommodations. She is absolutely just not even focusing on the threat at all. It's just... It does nothing to her.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm wondering. Okay.
Is there anything else you wanted to give us?
Just thinking whether I follow up on that or not.
Go on. Let her have a little. Let her have that little crack in the composure. Go on, pull a full on Ace Attorney on us. Throw the toupee.
Well, it's less of a tantrum and more of a, if that threat didn't seem to phase Lynn at all, then she might have another crack at it by adding on the end. Actually, I am going to check whether I can cast this without any, with like, while being restrained. She doesn't have that spell. Okay. Fine, then I'll just, she just says it out loud. Is a follow-up of, I'm just trying to figure out how to word it. Sorry.
It's all right. So sometimes you have that one character that just you can't word straight off the bat. You have to have that few seconds to think.
Yeah, she follows it up with the, after all, you and I both know that sometimes the worst pain is the pain of those we hold dearest to us.
Lynn's expression doesn't change at all. It is that incredibly calm, incredibly dignified, and quite frankly, yeah, you know how Rye earlier said that straight up he'd faced down the thing. Lynn has had multiple members of her family kidnapped. She has had several people tortured. She has had a vast range of things, up to and including watching people drop before her eyes. This does not faze her because she's already lived it. And so she's just looking her dead in the eye, and there is nothing there except a very cold detective and a very soft smile.
You're getting a glare back. I don't know if Lynn wants to roll insight or not at all, but or if she
Yes,
wants to.
I will.
We do. She gonna roll the insight. She gonna roll the insight.
Rye has had his moment, and now he's just like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Because well, I now know things. Rye doesn't know all of those things.
I do not know all the things because I am a tiny Vwild who is running down the high of. I admit I may have eaten coffee beans before this game.
Nice.
I pat you.
I love the crunch, Your Honor.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Too bad you don't have any more glacial ice to eat.
Oh, I have a crunch left of it.
One bite remains.
I visited the center just a few days ago, like the ice box just a few days ago, and I got one final free sample. It was great.
Do they know that you're eating it?
That's what it's for.
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure about that. That's really cool.
It's yes, it should be. It's glacial ice. We literally have what is called an ice break, where we just sit there with the relict, derelict, extra core, and we just sit there eating the slices.
Geography is wild.
That is incredible.
I am the Vwild for a reason. But yes, we rolled the good insight. Oh,
Yeah.
one of us rolled the good insight, the other one is a baby boy.
Yeah. No, this probably makes sense. Since Lynn has more experience with this than Rai does.
Mm.
The I don't want to say that it's definitely not an empty threat. But it is definitely said out of a place of protective instincts. Like, she knows she's been beaten, she knows she can't do anything else. This is her last ditch effort to protect someone she cares very deeply about. But she has noticed the bond between you and Rai, and she's not afraid to act on it if she has to.
Not that Ryan
It-
noticed this or anything, but he doesn't find this person to be a threat at all.
I mean, fair
Mhm.
enough.
It's probably as she's... Because Lynn is going to reach in and Lynn is going to scruff this person. She's going to scruff Odile very much in the... As soon as this is done, she is getting escorted to a jail that is outside of Toontown, so you do not have the sway. And
Fair enough.
I think, how would you do this? How would you do this? This is the moment when the Vwild has to think. Because she does get it to an extent, the do whatever it takes. Just... Would you mind rolling me a whiz save while I roll intimidation?
Sure, sounds good. Oh! You'll never believe what I rolled.
What did you get? What did you get? What did you get?
It's a natural something, I bet.
The nat... You make the threat to the boy. And Odile, you really think that this is out of some desperation, this feels like an incredibly good plan. Until the detective's hand is on the back of your neck, and as she's leaning in, there is this slight orange tinge just to the edge of your vision for a moment as her eyes blaze orange. And that smile just gets a bit more toothy, just a bit more, you don't know what this is. But yeah, there is that pumpkin orange outline, and there is her looking at you, and in that moment, you are prey. As she just goes, I have heard far greater than you make similar threats, and they don't live anymore. You don't know who I am, Odile, but there is a reason why I am feared as the detective. And then she just leans back. And I rolled the intimidation to begin with, and she has said she has spoken so low that there is a very slight reverb to her voice. I think that's the word. I think that's how you pronounce it. Just, there is something very old in the way that she said this, as well as herself. Especially as she rolled basically, without getting a nat, the max amount of intimidation she could have got. So for nat 1 and a high max,
Boy.
Yeah, okay, that 18 I rolled, that was a deception to hide the fact that she was so intimidated. I think, considering, I think Lynn just rolled an insight above and that beat it. So she can tell that the threat definitely made an impact, but also, this person is damn good at not revealing much to people who can't see it, like to the untrained eye.
Rye is the untrained eye. He got a 15.
They're
It's
having a friendly chat.
oh,
no,
Lynn's good at
he's not stupid, but it's like, oh, he's still is only a kid. He's new.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, you can tell straight up. Making those sorts of threats, you can make them, but if you follow through with them, you don't know who Detective Stagehand is. You might know who the detective is, and that is someone that no one crosses, because when you do, none of you make it out.
Fair.
But she leans back, and there is back to being that very gentle. It is almost a gentle smile. It is the I know more than anyone in the room, but who knows? Maybe I actually do. Maybe I don't. Maybe I'm just a fuzzy monkey. You don't know. I know many things.
um. Yeah, no, she's bowing, sort of like dropping her head. And there's nothing else she can do now, so.
Right. Okay. Is there anything else we want to do here? Any questions anyone wants to ask? If not,
I think it's about time that she finds somewhere to stay.
well, good thing we have a wonderful town to go to then. All right, let's go. And out of the question, how tall is Odile?
She is. How tall did I make you? I'm not sure. I don't think I. Don't think I even gave her height. So we'll say about I think 5'3".
So no matter what, you are going to be stooping. It's
Yep.
yeah, it's just yep. Lynn does pull out set of handcuffs, and it's not the cheap kind. It's not the ones that the police have as just the he who or the cartoon ones. No, Lynn got the good cuffs. Just those are on. She's still scruffing you, and she's just like, all right, let's get them booked.
Rye is
And
gonna look at Lynn and Odile, and then look over at Crystal, and then up at Chifley.
We might catch up with you after you've done due process, detective.
of course. I'll be back to do a debrief later on if necessary, but yes. Good on you, Junior Detective.
We will speak soon.
Indeed. Until then.
You're going after her, right? That's Crystal.
Crystal, Lynn's turned to you, just very much putting Odile just away from you, and also just so that Odile is just like towards the door. She is going to take her just in a minute and just. Crystal, she looks at you, and there is a detective's gaze there, an utter surety, as she just goes. We will bring Cassie home. I'll ensure it.
Is just a nod. Looks like she wants to say something, but yeah, she can't find the words at the moment. Just looks devastated. But yeah, she's nodding at your words, like, okay, yep.
But she nods. She's definitely going to be checking up on these two after the fact, but yeah, it's get Odile settled, and then she's gonna call on, well, we've had one changeling. Why not throw another one into the mix?
Nice.
But she's absolutely just... You've got Detective Stagehand who knows who and what to call. Yeah. She's got a case now. And she starts to walk off.
Yeah, Odile's not gonna try anything. At least not here. Not with Lynn around.
And Lynn's taking you to the town that's sentient with a jail. Have fun!
Yeah, she's gonna have fun getting out of that one. Even if she manages to get out of the cell, she might get lost in the town.
Kara's just like, change this alley, change that alley, and oh, hey, look, you're back in your cell. Congratulations. Oh, dear. I think once Lynn and Odile are gone and that door shuts, Rye is going to take in a deep breath, very gently dispel entangle so that Chifley can be put down, although because he got such an abysmal roll on the strength save, he's still going to land on the ground with a small... And then Rye is just going to take a breath in and then immediately cross the room over to Crystal.
Is Crystal, are you okay? Are you okay? Did she hurt you? Are you okay?
And then just bap with cure wounds straight away, like two little hands just going, touches her arms. Please be okay. Where's my D8? There it is.
This is just like a small smile, and I'll be okay. Thank you. Thank you for getting her. I'm sorry I dragged you into this.
It's 11 points back.
No,
Nice.
I probably shouldn't say stuff until she gets back, but I'm sorry that we didn't get it earlier. We'll fix it. We'll find her.
This isn't your fault.
No. Her fault.
He jabs a thumb at the door.
It's our job to do our best to fix problems like this. But we would be out of a job if it wasn't for people like that. It's their fault. No, I don't want you to blame yourself for it either.
Sure. And I am going to roll. Sorry, Rye. It's not great.
Dice is on the floor.
Dice is on the floor! Dice is on the ceiling! Dice is in the void!
At least I could reach that one. Now, what am I contesting?
13.
Yeah, what am I rolling?
That was a deception.
Is that a deception or okay, insight? I think it's higher than that. Ha! That's my boy. Boy does good.
That was definitely a lie. She's definitely blaming herself, not for what the other other people have done, like Odile and whoever else has got her sister, but there is definitely, I contributed to this. It's definitely also my fault.
We'll figure it out. We'll get her home safe. This is big. It's not something petty. Mom seemed to have some ideas that, or maybe she knows something. She's been doing this for a long time. I'm only new, but even I could tell this is huge.
Yeah, it seemed that way.
We'll figure it out. Save her. And if we're lucky, find out the why on the way.
Yeah, I'm glad I met you.
He does smile a little bit at that.
Happy to be of service.
He's going to look around at the apartment after that and go, and then look at Chifley, and then look back at Crystal.
I think I should make you both a cup of tea.
And he's going to go over to the dining table and grab one of the chairs and go, break the ice off it and pull it out and get the other one, pull it out. And then he's just going to help himself to Crystal's kitchen to make tea.
Yeah, it's very organized. He might need a chair to reach some of the cupboards.
Because he's short. Luckily, he has Mage Hand.
Yeah,
so.
but everything is very neat and orderly. The Crystal's like, oh god, how am I going to explain this to Juniper and TOC?
You don't. You literally don't. I know, Juniper, just out of character, I know Juniper is not going to find out about this because that would be terrible on multiple counts.
I do too, but Crystal also got stabbed.
Oh god, we're going to have to... Don't worry. Lindsay got practice in hiding stab wounds.
Yeah, that's right. She might be able to get some help from maybe TOC. Maybe she goes to TOC first, calls TOC, hey, I need your help to hide something from Juniper.
Let's see how that goes. Oh dear. How long do you think it takes Lynn to process Odile?
I, as out of character, do not know how long this takes. I'm gonna say in Ironquell it takes the appropriate amount of time. It's toon physics. It's the appropriate amount of time for Chifley and Crystal and all of that to have a nice tea and a calm down. So half an hour, a bit more. Which I do just to hand the fact that Lynn just comes in just like, hi! Look what I got! She says it far more professionally because she is in detective stagehand, not Lynn mode. But it is a bit like your monkey brings home strange things. Today they've brought a changeling. Tomorrow, who knows?
Well, Rye's gonna make tea and put it at the table for Crystal and Chifley. Chifley has not spoken this entire time.
I'm
he
insight on that.
fair enough. Might do one for Rye as well.
Nope.
But by the time Lynn comes back, the apartment is a little defrosted.
Crystal is not paying attention to Chifley in the slightest.
That's fair. Rye got a 16. Chif's not trying to hide. Actually, Chif.
Oh dear.
Is he trying to hide it? Would you? Yeah, you actually would. Yeah. All right. What's your deception? Okay, that was a nat 1. All right. Fine. Good. What's your deception? Oh, hey, guess what? That's a 3. Okay, so both Rye and Crystal are able to tell after a little while, after the amount of time it takes for the apartment to start thawing out and for Rye to make tea and put it in front of the both of you. He can't at the moment.
Also, that was a nat 1 on Crystal's Whis save. Yes, you might have a crying crystal on your hands.
That's fair. Chifley. Whis save. Look at the right sheet, Whis. Hey, there we go. Yeah, okay, that's a dirty 20. So once she starts crying, Chif is going to actually just sigh and go over and just put his hands out in offer of a hug. And he's actually actively stopping himself from freaking out. So that's why the apartment is thawing. It's because he's like, nope, nope, nope. I have to actually be here and not angry. He's gone into I am a nurse mode. So he is offering her support.
Yeah, there's a little bit of hesitation, but then yeah, it's not a very like tight hug, but she does take the comfort. Yeah.
He's still cold, but not painfully so.
Yeah.
And Rye is just going to awkwardly make tea and then awkwardly just sort of sit there and keep looking between them and the door going, gosh, I hope this doesn't take long.
That might be the scene you come back to Lynn.
This is a complete and utter shit post, and she comes back 3 hours later.
3 hours later.
Lynn does come back, and how does she put this? Just anyone who's able to listen while stuff is going down is free to roll a perception if they like.
Rye will roll a perception.
I might roll a perception at disadvantage.
Rye's good. He got a 22. Oh, I'll do one for Chifley as well. Yeah, it's actually
That's
not
a 9.
so bad considering. 10.
It is quiet, what Lynn's saying, mainly because how she chooses to leave. Actually, no, she probably doesn't. She probably wouldn't want you guys to like have to deal with the door stuff. So she is going to come in instead of going out and then having to go through the whole thing of someone let me in, please. So she does come in, but it's as she's opening the door, it's Crystal, it's too quiet for you to hear. Chifley, you do hear that she is talking to someone. But it is you, Rye. You're the one who gets it specifically, is you hear Detective Stagehand going, Mira, be here on standby. The moment I've handled things here with the debrief, you and I are setting off. Of course, Detective. Happy to be here.
Rye perks up. He knows that voice.
And Lynn walks through. Just Odile has been handed into the proper services. Now, on to the next matters. We'll need to take statements of everything that's happened and also get you guys somewhere safe. I will talk to Juniper so that we can straighten things out for certain matters because, and she is just kinda looking at Crystal in the, yeah.
Oops.
It is a very professional, yeah. Yes, exactly. It's that face, Whis. Thank you for emoting it perfectly. But she's just like, okay. This will be handled. Right. If possible, as junior detective, I would like for you to stay with them and perhaps, in fact, this would be good experience in you taking down the notes of a debrief. However,
Yeah,
I think
his little notebook and his pen.
And she's nodding at him, giving a full-on smile. It's It's not his mum's full-on beam as she's about to go ruffle his hair, but it's the one that she will give on a case when she is just so pleased with him and full of love.
Mm.
All right. We will handle this situation, and then I will be on this case immediately. I am taking it on fully. I have resources at my disposal and people who are appropriate. In the meanwhile, both of you take it easy. Relax, breathe, process your emotions. I'll be back as soon as I can with information and with Cassie.
There's a pause as Chifley just sort of pulls back from this hug with Crystal a little bit. And he drops his arms to the sides and he turns to look at Lynn. And he looks a state, quite frankly. He's not hiding it.
She'd noticed. Frankly, she'd noticed.
His hair is still white. His body is still crystalline. But he walks over and he does not have the capacity to even remotely be intimidating. And even if he did, Lynn's seen worse than him. But he is going to take a deep breath and in a voice that actually sounds like it really hurts to use, he says, with the greatest respect, detective, I am going with you.
Mr. Forde, with the greatest respect in return. And she is actually casting Healing Word as she is saying that. Because, hello. You have been through a great ordeal. Your emotions are running high. Your design is reflecting that. It is not wise for a civilian to come on this case respectfully. No.
Crystal has stood up, and she's also looking a bit defiant. I want to come to. She's my sister.
Lynn internally. This is why I hate this kind of case. It's protagonist syndrome, I swear to pick. But externally, she is. It might be slightly. If Rye hadn't been on so many cases or heard Lynn having these sorts of talks with people in her office, it would probably be disconcerting. As is, Lynn is meeting both of your gazes, and it's Detective Stagehand, just. I understand why. I understand why you want this. Believe me, I do. Your courage and your desire to be there for someone you love is admirable. But no.
I
By
think
the
you are
way,
mistaking. I'm sorry. No, you go.
That was a con. Because she did get downed and then she just stood up. So she is a little bit like woozy on her feet. But she is like standing upright.
Lynn hasn't got healing spells to throw around. She's got like one more spell, guys.
Oh no, she's back at full health. It's more just that she did get taken down to 0, so she's probably not doing great.
Rye will go and hover near her elbow just in case.
It's
gosh, man. Chif has not moved.
Oh, sorry.
No, you go ahead.
Lynn
I'm going to monologue a little bit in a minute, so like.
Lynn is straight up not directly saying anything, but she is very much looking at that wooziness and looking at the design, and she is looking you dead in the eye, not as though she's underestimating your skill, but very much in that don't way.
Hmm.
It is that look, it's in a far kinder way than saying it like this. Look at yourself. This is really not a good idea.
Hmm.
Yeah,
It-
now monologue.
I think you misunderstand. I am not asking your permission, detective. Either I walk by your side as an ally, or you mean that I do something reckless and take matters into my. I have had enough. My family going missing and standing on the side. So I am asking. I am telling that wherever Cassie is, wherever you're going, get, I am going with you. You do not have a choice in the matter.
Chifley can roll insight if he likes.
Sure. No, he's not with it. That was a nat 1. No.
Oh, good. By the way, that 14 I rolled was an intelligence. Crystal is putting together that she is probably not going, like, given her current state, she's probably going to be more of a hindrance than a help. So she is actually, she looks very, very frustrated, but she is conceding to Lynn.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna roll Ryan insight too. Just to see.
Yeah,
Of course.
there is one random side question I do have. You've talked about Chifley having a song-based thing. Is that him hearing other people's songs or his song specific to him?
It is both, actually. Chifley can hear the soundtrack, both of people and places.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes, just because of the nature of being a soundtrack cleric, his presence makes most often his, but sometimes the background music of the scene audible to other people as well, even if they're not clued in the same way. Rye was rolling in.
By the way, that's Crystal's insight.
And
Nice.
that's Rye's. Chifley got a
Okay,
nat 1 because he is too busy. He's blind to everything else apart from this conversation. The other two, on the other hand.
So I'm going to go up from the bottom. I'm going to go, Chifley, there is that tense detective music, and she is looking at you. And there is that long pause of she is not breaking eye contact with you. She is every bit the glacial detective that people see when they think of the detective. Rye and Crystal. I almost said Cassie. Cassie ain't here. This is why we're all here all together. But you both see, at that comment of, I've seen enough of my family going missing, there was something there in the way that Lynn's tail curled to go. It's been hanging low. It does just go around an ankle as this conversation has progressed. The way she's holding herself, the way she's got her hands behind her back. Every image, the professional, you do see just in that moment, she empathizes. She understands. And the fact of this guy is going to do something reckless, she gets that. And quite frankly, she could stop him. She could stop him and she could basically put him in a cell or crab bucket him or do a vast thing. She could very much just go, okay, come with me to network, we'll handle this, and then arcane lock the place, but she doesn't think that would be safe for network. And with that stuff between you both, like straight up, you can tell that Lynn is going through so many different thoughts. Like, Rye, with your 24, you see your mum go through so many thoughts. You know how she thinks, and even if you don't get them straight up, you know she is immediately coming up with and dismissing about 17 different plans at once before she just looks him dead in the eye and just goes, "If I say run, you run. If I say stop, you stop." Do I make myself clear?
Abundantly so. But I'm not leaving that place without her.
Then we are in agreement on that matter. Very well. And she nods. It's not a happy nod, it is that nod of business, in a way. Just... Junior Detective Little Rye Stagehand, you will stay with Crystal.
He will salute.
Very good. Alright. We get the records, and then we go. And her expression is just straight up detective mode, engaged in full.
Mm-hmm. With that piece said, Chifley's going to turn, walk back over to Crystal, pull her into another small hug, kiss on the forehead. Be back soon. Okay.
I can't help you guys, so please make sure she's okay.
Chifley's going to hold out his pinky finger.
What are you gonna do, Crystal? Just because, like, that's promises are
Oh, he knows.
I mean, because this isn't just, I mean, the pinky promise, yes, but she's also Fae.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wait, I don't think he actually knows that. I know that.
I think, yeah, I think she said, alright. I think she will, with just the, promise me you'll bring her back, and that you'll come back safely too.
You have my word on it. Both of us.
She will nod. Yeah, pinky promise.
He'll nod. One more hug. And then he's following after Lynn.
She is opening that door. And as she opens it, she does open it slowly. And yeah, there is very much, on the other side of the door, Morpha is very much getting the "do not be a changeling" right now.
That may be a bad idea.
With the highest respect to you, I love and cherish you, and around me you can use whatever form you are comfortable with. This guy has just dealt with a changeling. We really don't need that shit. And so there is just a normal everyday Toon. Very smiley, very happy, in a nice brown cloak.
I love her. Well, I know what Rye is going to be doing during the course of the next couple of whiles. He's going to be using prestidigitation over and over again to as Crystal's apartment thaws out. It's like, okay, we're going to just dry out the carpet.
Yeah, Crystal has
Save the
prestidigitation as well. So she
Save
can.
the box!
Huh? What?
You gotta save the books! Oh my god, everything's frozen! Save the books!
Yeah, save the book, save the everything. And then once that's done, he is going to make Crystal hot chocolate because that fixes everything.
Yeah, I think Crystal I don't know, did Lynn work out what she was going to say? Because otherwise I think Crystal might call yeah, like TOC and tell her that she's going to be staying the night at her apartment and not to worry.
Gods, yes. I think there would have been a quick hash out of just very much trying to figure out how to word things to Juniper in the. So basically, not saying, "Hi, so there's an imposter among us, and also one of the other ones has been stabbed. Anyway, how's your day?"
Yeah.
It's depending on who picked up, whether it was this Tok who Lynn has never met. She will be wording it very carefully in a way I can't do myself, but Lynn knows how to spin things, especially just. I love Juniper. Juniper is a puppy. It's Lynn knows how to spin things to make everything seem okay. In fact, I'm gonna roll a deception to see how well she does in basically going, everything's fine. Yeah, the way she speaks over her phone is very easy to hide. She should know. She did it for years of being able to have conversations over the phone where she was completely fine. So yeah, it's whatever she says, however she spins it, is very, there's nothing to worry about. Everything's fine. Crystal is staying over at her apartment instead of coming back today. I will fill you all in with the information as soon as I can, or she'll fill you in. Everything is perfect, and without saying the word fine, because people who know Lynn know the word fine, but everything is completely fine. Sorry, I even have to update you on these things.
Yeah.
The situation is under control.
Exactly.
Yeah, I will say that that should be enough for Juniper. It might not be enough for some of the other people staying at Juniper's place because they are in my game.
I don't know. I cannot remember for the life of me who is, but there's probably at least some people just eyebrow raised as Juniper puts down the phone. Because why would a detective be involved with this?
Yep. Specifically, Author is playing TOC and Dupe is playing Eeny Miny and Mo, so.
Then it's very much specific. It's basically Lynn tailoring it to not freak out the puppy. Anyone who listens,
Fair, honestly.
anyone who listens to the puppy probably picks up on a few of the things that Juniper has missed.
Oh dear.
Oh, I love her so much. And I am so
Well-
very sorry for putting her in this position.
I love Juniper so much. It's Babel, my wonderful sibling, has created a wonderful character, and I adore.
Several, actually. Several wonderful characters.
Indeed, they've.
We can see you in the gallery, Babel. We're praising you on tape.
Yes, we're doing it. You can't stop us. You've made amazing characters, and I love all of them.
Suffer
You
heart
have-
emoji.
All right. Speaking of recording, stop. Is there anything else anyone wants to say?
No,
I think
I'm
that's pretty
done.
good, honestly.
All right, fantastic. Then we say goodbye to our wonderful audiences, I suppose.
Yeah,
Goodbye.
thank you for putting up with all of our shenanigans. Bye!
Bye.